Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. How y'all doing out there today? We're gonna give it a minute or two to get some people in the chat room. We can talk about this apparent crisis in Black America. Shout out to my boy Hood Conservative and SKC for actually hipping me up to it. But apparently, looking at the title, Black America has a semen crisis. You guys ain't busting nuts enough. You ain't skeeting in the cup enough. What's up, man? They want to call y'all the, they want to say y'all don't take care of your kids. But according to the Washington Post, there's a shortage of black male sperm. We're going to take a look at this. Let me pull this article up. It's funny something like this will come up. So while I'm trying to pull this up, y'all fill in the chat room, and we'll talk about it as soon as we can get it up. Pun unintended, but hey, if it worked, woo. All right, before we get started, what y'all on today? I'm chilling, getting ready to. I'll be riding out shortly. I just wanted to get going on this a little bit, talk about it a little bit, kind of ride that wave of what I've seen. The little bit I learned about it. I want to ride that wave, talk about it with you guys. What y'all think of it? So, we'll see. We shall see. Give it a few more minutes, get some people up in here, and we'll rock out with our cocks out. Maybe not. Oh, man. I tell you, when I saw this, I was like, nah, man, come on. Come on. Yeah. We'll give it a few more minutes. I don't know about y'all, but where I'm at, the weather is gorgeous outside. I can't complain. Yeah. On another note, I'm gonna talk about the the campaign that it seems Hafiz for the roommates is on. Cause he's running around here making himself look like an old Kenyan insurgent and a Nigerian scam runner at the same time. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts briefly, but it's funny and bizarre to watch. You know, he's, you know, the the tear he's on right now. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But he had a run in with Coach Greg Adams, you know, who slapped him up a little bit, debate wise, and then he had a cringy interview with Just Pearly Things. And shout out to both of those content creators. If you're not already subscribed to either one of them, you might want to do that. You know, but yeah, he's been on this weird campaign, um, you know, imploring people of the manosphere to get married and not get prenups and stuff. And I'm like, as for me, I'm married. I enjoy being married for the most part. Sometimes my wife get on my nerves, but that's you know that's just nature of living with people. I've got no issue with other people getting married. My thing has always been understand what you're getting into and do the proper preparation. Don't just jump out there and just do some shit based on feelings and winging it because you wind up in a mess, and we don't want that to happen, right? So, if you're in the, as you guys are filing in, do me a favor, hit the like buttons, say something in the chat so I can shout you out. I would like to, show my appreciation on this stream, especially before we get to the topic at hand. So, if you're in there, type something. If you're gonna watch from the clouds, at least hit the like button. All right. All right. But getting back to what I was saying about being married, my thing is do whatever makes you happy. If you want to get married, get married. If you don't want to get married, then don't get married. Get married to who you want to get to. I'm clearly not one of these, got to save my particular part of the human race. Do what you want to do. I don't care. As long as you're happy and as long as you do it with a consenting adult, then that's what it is. Just stay out of my way. So, anyway, it looks like, I got a few people in here. Hit the like button, man. I ain't, it's not like I'm out here twerking for super chats or nothing. I just want you to hit the like button. Try to get my content into the algorithm. Maybe get a few more subscribers and stuff. Then I might start twerking for the for cash apps and stuff. Whoever came up with that, man, it was funny. Twerking for cash apps. If you're a content creator and you actually would like to get together and do some content with me, my email is at the bottom of the screen. Hit me up on my email and reach out to me and we can figure out something. I want to be trying to do stuff with other content creators, doing a lot more content, because I got the time, so I would love to work with other content creators and, see what we can come up with, anyway. All right, well, I'm about to turn this screen on. Let me know if y'all can see it. See this article over here by it deals with the see if I can pull this article up so y'all can see it. Dealing with this The sperm crisis, according to the Washington Post, says that Washington Post came out with an article that says that there is apparently there's a semen crisis in Black America. All right, well, it's looking like I can't do what I need to do with the article. I'm an old dude, and so, my command of streaming software, it's not what yours is. So I know you guys, I know y'all got jokes. Fuck you. What's up, Mr. Mason? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? You good? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Anybody else out there, shout yourself out, man. Down there in Hot Atlanta. Yeah. Them major cities like that, man, they going through it right now, which will probably be something I'll be touching up on real soon. I was living in between, Illinois and Florida, and spent most of my formative years in Chicago, and I retired from working in Chicago, and that Safety Act they got down there, man, they letting out all the criminals. Man, short of actually eating a baby, So, well, you here to learn something, man. Hopefully I can inform you with something that can help you carry on. You see with the top banner, you see what that's saying, right? Black America has a semen crisis. Okay, so according to the Washington Post, you have a situation where you have black women who may be unwed professionals, or part of the LGBT community. They're going to sperm banks to try to purchase semen, African American semen, or Black American, African American. It's I'm of the view that Black American and African American are different, and even in the article it says it even says that there's a difference, but that's a whole nother video. Okay, I'm going to read some excerpts from this Washington Post article. It starts off, every night a little after 1 p.m. following her shift as a guard at a women's prison, Reese Brooks would open her laptop, a second laptop, then her phone and a tablet, and begin scouring websites for sperm banks, opening dozens of tabs. The websites offered hundreds of potential sperm donors, allowing Brooks to select for movie star looks, height, and hobbies. But when she filtered for Black or African American donors, her options swiftly dwindled. The cryobanks gave Brooks a chance at motherhood, but they couldn't provide what she wanted: a Black sperm donor who could give her a child who looked like her and shared her culture. Culture is not a birth thing; that's a taught. That's a taught thing. So I don't know who wrote this article, and that rationale putting that in there, but sharing her looks, yes, absolutely. I get what she's saying. I get what the author of the article is saying. The article goes on to say, Brooks, she said, I spend 40 hours a week looking for a donor. I'd say I spend 40 hours a week looking for a donor. Altogether, I think I searched more than 800 hours, Brooks said. When it came to a Black donor, she said the choices were slim to none. Cryobanks reported that the number of Black women seeking their services to conceive rose sharply during the pandemic. after increasing steadily over the years. It's interesting to see the role that the pandemic played in the search for the baby batter. You know, that whole winter is coming thing that the Big Brother Canvas Amos talked about. You know, I think they got something to do with the pandemic. All right, the article goes on to say black women between the ages of 35 and 45 are far more likely to remain unmarried than women from other racial groups, according to the latest census data, with 44% of non-Hispanic black women unmarried compared with 16% of white women. Yet, black sperm donors represent just a fraction of available supply, fewer than 2% at the country's four largest sperm banks, according to an analysis by the Washington Post. Black America's sperm donor shortage. Numbers of sperm donors by race at the four leading sperm banks as of October 11th. That's this year. White is 391 donors. Asian is 262 donors. Hispanic is 54 donors. Others are 47 donors. And 12 is for black donors. So, The severe shortage is forcing black women who need donor sperm into a painful choice. Choose a donor of another race and raise a biracial child, or to try to buy sperm from unregulated apps and online groups. Tinder and BLK. Facebook groups. Woo! Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me calm down. Finish reading. The reasons for the shortage are myriad. Failure among cryobanks to recruit black donors, a selection process that demands a 3-generation medical history, which may be challenging for black men who may not have access to quality health care, and exclude donors with felony convictions, mistrust of the medical profession by black men because of legacy of historical discrimination. I would like to add to that incidents, medical malpractice such as the Tuskegee experiments, would also play a role into that. The search for donor sperm usually takes place at a cryobank website where someone can browse profiles of available donors with limited personal and genetic information. Baby pictures of donors may be available for an additional fee. But they monetize the whole thing. The whole thing. Okay, I'm going to skip down a few paragraphs and I'm going to read what this DC educator said. Angela Stepanek, Stepancic, a DC educator, recalled putting vials of sperm from a black donor into her online shopping cart only to get beaten out by a sorority sister who was on the phone with who was faster to check out. Stepancic had a mixed race child using sperm from a Latino donor. The California Cryobank, the waiting list for a in-demand white donor is generally 3 months, according to Jaime Shamanki, or Jamie Shamanki, depending on, if you Anglicize it. The chief medical officer. The wait for a black donor there can stretch as long as 18 months. I tell you this much, I don't feel like reading the rest of that article, but you guys get the idea, okay? So, basically, there is a shortage of black American donor sperm. You know, looking at what has went on for years um, with the niggas ain't shit brigade. you know, um, it's funny that this would come up now. You know, it's really funny this will come up now because, you know, there are other statistics that show that Black American men are use condoms the most. Um, are you know, the majority of them don't have children, and um, they spend most time as fathers. You know, this article that I just read shoots down more of the false propaganda that was put out for years about Black American men and issues of fertility and family. You know, so now you got these strong and independent women, women who may be involved in same-sex relationships. They can't buy. they damn near can't buy baby batter. You know, so it's sobering. you know, it's sobering. You know, the one woman that we read at the beginning, that we read about at the beginning of the article, she said she was spend like 40 hours a week looking for donor sperm from a donor, and then she said she spent about, I want to say, 840 hours, looking for a donor. I don't know what her sexual preference is, but she could have put that into finding a husband, maybe. You know, that's my personal opinion. But again, if she's, if her preference is, if she has the same sex preference, then yes, she's not going to do that anyway, and she's going to need a donor of some type, and that's fine. It is what it is. Grown people do what grown people want to do. So, that being said, it's funny to me. It's funny to me because what they're looking for in that semen. Everybody wants that designer baby. They probably want to bring about either a LeBron James, or a Ben Carson, or another baby Obama, what have you. And so they're trying to increase their odds with by choosing the donor. The funny thing is they want the donor, but not the source where the donation would come from. Not only that, this feeds into number one, it feeds into the agenda of Black Lives Matter when it came to their view of wanting to create maleless communities. So, where the family is really just a woman and her children. So this kind of reminds me of that and kind of plays to that. And then, it also is one of the reasons I say if a woman is not married and she has children, those are her kids, period. And she shouldn't be able to sue for child support. She shouldn't be able to petition for child support because those are her kids. Those are your kids, woman, your body, your choice. Those are your kids. If those kids were not born into a marriage and it is not verified that that person you are married to is the father of those kids via DNA, those are your kids, and you shouldn't be able to get child support for your kids. You know, that's my personal view, though. You know, so, but this all plays into that, and really looking at this situation going forward, especially when you start talking the passport phenomenon and stuff. You start talking, the basically the wall of silence. You start talking these things. You start talking these things, and you start talking about men valuing their seed. Not just black men, all men. When they start valuing their seed, this is what you're getting. That seed is getting harder to get. You don't have random women just being able to have babies just because they want to have babies. Being able to just do whatever they want. They can do it on their end, but they're not able to, include men into that. There's starting to be a separation, and I think that it's overdue for that. I've always been the type person that I've always had the opinion that you want to be strong and independent, your body, your choice, fine. Do it on your own. You want to have a baby, go to a sperm bank, buy that semen, and do that. Just because a man consents to sex does not mean he consent to being a parent. And, I think men should guard their semen more. I think stories like this help set a narrative, guarding your semen. Make it rare. Don't give it away. Don't be a Johnny Appleseed and give it away willy nilly. You know what I'm saying? If anything, make it worth your while. Don't just, especially now since science has successfully separated sex from reproduction. You're not obligated to share your semen with someone you would not share your life with, or you would not share a part of your life with. Make them go pay for it. Make them monetize your own semen. Because guess what? When you go to court, you go to child support court. If you think your semen isn't worth anything, go to child support court and you'll learn differently. Go to divorce court, you'll learn differently. Your semen is worth money, and these women know it. They understand it's better than you do. So, and I think men need to wake up and understand, hey, your seed is, it's worth money. Directly and indirectly, it's worth money. So, I mean, that's pretty much how I see it. Moving forward, we're going to see more stories about fertility and family planning, especially since, the overturning of federal protection for Roe versus Wade. Ever since the announcements made that the replacement rate for the different demographics in the United States, with the exception of Hispanics, is down, is actually under replacement rate. So, instead of having 2.3 children, people are now having one child, if that. So you're looking at that. Fertility is becoming more and more of a big concern. Even though, on the other side, you hear about Bill Gates talking about the Earth's population is too big, you know. So I guess it depends on what you believe. You know, I guess it depends on what you would what side you fall on, and what seems more feasible to you. Personally, I think in the United States the population may be falling, but in other places around the world, such as the continent of Africa, the population of Africa and like China, places like that, the populations are actually growing. So I think that's where a lot of that comes into play. So, so you know, that's some of what I think this article about the black male semen shortage means and how it plays into the macro picture. And additionally, you know, with that the whole FBA ADOS thing, I think um, that's an important one for the people that um, that are that are conscious of that, that have that in their lexicon and stuff. Um, it's more of a, you know, okay, if this is what you all aren't making enough, and you know, you're not even, you know, selling, you're not even donating semen. So you know, that could be a possible point of contention as well. You know, for, you know, people in that lane. You know, so you know, that's how I see it. Now, for anybody in the chat, you know, if you have any questions about that, drop some questions. If I can answer them, I'll answer them. If not, you know, then it is what it is. You know, so I'm gonna run this probably about another 2 or 3 minutes. Then I gotta get off because I gotta ride out to Orlando and do some stuff. You know, hang out with my people. So I'll be kicking it in Orlando. So I don't know. You know, if you guys have some additional information on this, educate me so I can know something. Because this is, you know, when I found out this information, like I said, from Supreme King Coon and you know, Hood Servitor, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, let me see that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hood Servitor had a video, and he played the video on his channel. Once I figure that out, I'll play some videos on my channel too, because I'm jealous. I'm just playing, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna run that too, and I actually know how. I just didn't for this stream. I didn't think of running that video and stuff because I'm not real familiar with the ins and out of, you know, the fair use, you know, how to deal with that. So that's why I didn't play the video, and I just read the article. So, you know, this is a funny one. And I mean, if you look at some of the other stats, like a lot of stats that BGS Ibmore, shout out to BGS Ibmore. If you are not, that's Black Gnostic. If you are not subscribed to him, if you've never heard of him, type in Black Gnostic in the search bar, and it'll, you know, he's got a Black Gnostic channel, BGS Ibmore. He talks a lot about the stats dealing with, you know, the black demographics. Then you have the website, blackdemographics.com, which is good. He references that a lot. So, you know, So some of the things that I briefly mentioned here, you can see the stats that will reflect that. And BGS Moore talks about a lot of this stuff on his channel. So when you get a chance, check him out. You know, it's BGS Moore or Black Gnostic Speaks. So we'll go check out his channel. Then you have a few other academics in the sphere that talk about that, plus a few other content creators. You know, actually quite a few, like you know, like I mentioned earlier, Hood Conservative, SKC, you know, that's Supreme King Coon. You know, you have Angry Man that mentions stuff like that. You have Obsidian who mentions stuff like that. You know, stats. You have, I think DJ Kuda has mentioned those stats. If you guys ain't subscribed to my boy DJ Kuda, go subscribe to his channel. He is the Joe Rogan. He's the Joe Rogan of black DJs and of game theory. You know, that's my boy. He talks about stuff like that. And there's a few other content creators. I think maybe even like Anton Daniels. You know, a few people like that. Anton Daniels is a good dude. Subscribe to his channel if you're not already. Subscribe to, you know, the Millionaire Morning Show. You know, but we've all heard this stuff in these spaces, and we've seen the statistics for ourselves on websites like blackdemographics.com. So this is not unusual. This is not anything. I'm just simply pulling out my cheeks. You know, it's out there. You know, and I think this conversation about the about the shortage of black American semen, I think it's going to grow. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's going to grow. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how the conversation develops from here. You know, so I'm pretty much with this one. I'm doing a handoff. So, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit before I got up out of here and headed out to Orlando. Well, anyway, this is pretty much, you know, all I have to say about this right now. I might double back for a part 2. I might even have a special guest on it. My dog, Mr. Fantastic. If you watching this, Mr. Fantastic, hey dog, you need to do a show on this, man. I think this is a good one. You know, if you're watching, if you're not subscribed to Mr. Fantastic 824, go join his channel as well. I want to do some vet bro stuff with him, you know, him and a few other people. So we'll you know, I'll touch bases with him and we'll see if we can schedule something. All right. Well, I'm going to get up out of here for now. I'll probably hit you guys either later on today or with another show. I'm going to be doing a show for wives, you know, because I think, you know, with a lot of relationship talk in YouTube, we don't talk enough about the husband-wife dynamic. I don't think there's enough understanding of the mindset of husbands, how they see things and how they feel about when certain things happen. You know, all that stoicism and stuff like that, and happy wife, happy life, that's bullshit. It's some bullshit. It should be happy spouse, happy house. You know, and you know, couples should strive to take care of each other, make each other happy. You know, I'm going to be talking about some stuff to help wives to be better wives and to see things from another side. So I'll be taking care of that. Other than that, I'm about to shut this down. You all have a great one. Enjoy the rest of this day. You know, hope you have a great time. Eat something good. See some cool stuff. You know, enjoy some other cool content. I'll be going to get some food. Going to a birthday party, so I'm gonna go enjoy myself. All right, you guys take it easy. Love you. Later.